Good afternoon. My name is Scott Rutledge, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，感谢您收看本期直击美股，我是陈哲丽，在纽约向您问好。今天中午，联储官员讲话获得市场的关注，市场关注焦点显然已经从特朗普的医改挫败转移到了联储官员讲话、经济政策的公布以及企业的财报。在经济数据方面，经济情况明显好于预期。在今天公布的3月份消费者信心指数显示，3月份消费者信心指数已经上涨到了125.6，这是近16年以来的新高。在另一方面，美国贸易逆差进一步缩减，以及对于库存的增加，这一切都将提升经济学家对于第一季度 GDP 的预估。银行板块今日全面反弹，原因主要在于交易员认为之前对银行股的抛售已经到达了一个上限的位置。在个股方面，腾讯今天宣布将收购特斯拉5%的股份，这也将使得腾讯成为特斯拉的第5大股东。受此利好消息影响，特斯拉的股价在盘中自下跌之后有所反弹。但腾讯此次的收购并非是积极收购，因此腾讯将暂时不会介入到特斯拉的日常运营当中。更多详细资讯，请关注今天的交易员访谈。How do you think about today's overall market?
Well, yesterday, if you remember, with the big gap down and buyers came in, that was a signal that maybe they want to, prop things up into the end of the quarter. So if you bought in the whole yesterday, today you got a bit rewarded. Let me show you why with the S&P cash. Basically, a lot of traders got very cautious when this accelerated trend line broke, and that broke all the way up here near this 2370. So if you sold up here at 2370, you know what? Why not try some at the 50-day down here near 2325? So at this particular point, you had a nice day-and-a-half rally. I do think there's a little bit more room if it wants to try, but that would be some bigger resistance. If you bought yesterday, I would say, and traded it today being lighter, because nudging up is a little bit tougher to do, and that could be your retest of this broken accelerated trend line. But all in all, nice day-and-a-half move if you are tactical.
Today we witnessed that the bank sector bounced back a little bit. So what's your expectations of this sector this week?
Well, yesterday I bought Goldman Sachs in the hole. Today I added Bank of America back in the mix. And as soon as that consumer confidence number came out, it's good to know what's going on. I was like, wow, that's a big consumer confidence number. That should help with maybe the rate rise thesis and the banks. So all of a sudden you look here at Goldman Sachs that we bought yesterday into support right here. It gave us a nice little day-and-a-half trade. Do I think that it's going to come all the way back and retest this broken trend line? Probably not, but does it have a little bit more room back to this 233-ish area? Yes, that's what you call if you sold here, you buy here, you have a little bit more room. Okay, I'm actually in Bank of America. I sold my Goldman Sachs today for that day-and-a-half move, but I think there's a little bit more in Bank of America. You look here going sideways, nice support. If you happen to have sold it when it broke here, buying it into support makes sense. Now maybe there's a little bit more room up to where it broke down from for a trade. All in all, the momentum trend is broken, but some room to bounce before some bigger resistance comes in.
Tesla won Tencent's investments, and after that, the stock price surges. There are also many other technology names that are doing pretty good. So are there any names on your watch list right now?
Yeah, a bunch of them. Yesterday I talked about the go-to list. What's a go-to list? It's usually the strongest stocks that should rally first into weakness. So if you look at Tesla, like you just mentioned, was unbelievable. We bought call spreads right here. Why do we buy it right here? Because a pullback of about 40 points into support made sense. And then boom, it ignited, came back, retested, and then on Friday it was really strong. And look how it basically rallied yesterday. So now into bigger resistance. I think it could pause here a little bit. But ultimately, you take a long look at this weekly channel for Tesla. And I think at this point, it's telling you that long term, it's much, much more than just a car company. It's going to be an infrastructure play. It's right near old highs here. I do think we're going to get higher, even though it's at my objectives. And then if you go to Apple, unbelievable trade. We picked it up yesterday. Stock's now at new highs once again. It's come a long way, but I still think there could be a little bit more follow through. It cleared this pivot here. It held the 21-day, and I do think maybe you have a little bit more, but if you bought it yesterday and added today, I'd be a little bit lighter overnight, but it looks like continuation could happen. Above the 8 and 21-day moving average is very healthy.
So the last question for today, let's talk about crude oils. You talked to us last week to avoid oils, and do you still stick to it?
Well, if you look at tech, I just showed you at 52-week highs. And then if you go to energy or energy names, look how they've been lagging for all of 2017. Basically, this was the first day of the year that got sold, and it's still stuck in this downtrend. Okay, you do have a bit of support here, so if you bought in the hole, okay. But I would not think about sitting in this thing, or at least staying with it, unless it gets above this descending trend line here and stays above it. At this point, it has a little bit more room to the 200-day, and that's around 70. And if you want to talk USO, which is an ETF for oil, it seems like it has a bit more room, but I'd be very careful here because, again, just a laggard. It broke its range right here, and all you're doing is getting a little bit of an oversold bounce.
Thank you so much. I think that's all for today.
And we'll have more tomorrow. So just make sure to keep tuning in. We'll keep connecting the dots, keep giving you cash flow type trades that have good setups to make you money. And this way you can stay safe and keep moving and grooving because there is some things going on in this tape.
感谢您收看本期直击美股，我是主持人 Julie， 祝您交易顺利。我们下期节目再见。